Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Know Your Role. Today, we're helping everybody live. It's BARD stuff. Let's get into it. First and foremost, you are a support on BARD. I want to hammer that home. You are the traditional support of the game. You're not doing a lot of damage. You have a decent amount of healing, but what you lack in damage, you make up for in amazing tier 2 and tier 3 immunity. The only class in the game currently that can do so. Please understand how important that is. Tier 3 immunity in this game is few and far between, and 90% of the time based on your skill. Dash is the only thing with tier 3 immunity other than Awakening. So, the fact that BARD has a skill that gives its whole entire party tier 3 immunity for 8 seconds is so crazy. Make sure you're using it. You are not a damage class. Your position is to play the role of a kiting support. If you are receiving pressure, you have to be able to absorb that pressure and then counter with either a stun on whoever is pressuring you or peeling for your team. Now, Rhapsody of Light has a tier 2 immunity tripod in it. It is absolutely crucial that you take this tripod because it guarantees, at least for a little while, that you are going to have damage reduction on yourself and on your team. The skill is insane. It has massive carry potential with the implications of the skill. And with Prelude of Storm, you have incredible range on a stun. Not a lot of classes get this wide and this long of a stun. It's very, very crucial that you pick your placement and look at where people are on the map, where people are engaging from. Chances are you can hit 2 or 3 people with this skill and absolutely shut down a team fight so fast. And if your team can capitalize on that, you are in a prime position to destroy the game. You give all of the support skills. You give damage reduction, you give damage increase, you absolutely stagger people, you stun people, you knock people up, and with your Awakening, you have a slow. Also with March, you have a slow as well. March is one of those skills that if used well, can absolutely isolate a knocked down target out of the fight for like 10 seconds. It's kind of crazy. If you are somehow finding yourself dueling an opponent outside of the team fight area and you're using rhythm buckshot, you get that knockdown, they roll, you get that stun, and then you get sound holic on them, you get the knockdown again, and you march away, they are just out of the fight for so long. One of the main things about this class is when you are isolated and when you are away from the team fight, you aren't putting out as much pressure as you could possibly be. You want to be next to your team. You want to be giving them those buffs. You want to be able to peel for your team. You want to be able to move through the fight easily. When you're getting pressured, Rhythm Buckshot is so insanely good. It has tier 2 immunity and it has a knock-up component on it. You can get Shadow Hunters from jumping on you on demonic form. You can stop Berserkers from being able to charge and go for jump slash knockups and knockdowns on you. Rhythm Buckshot is one of the biggest parts of your defensive kit other than Rhapsody of Light. And while this class is generally pretty straightforward when it comes to its playstyle, there is so much skill expression within BARD. If you are great with your reactions, if you're great with your CC, you create so much room for your team to just be free. I think BARD in a very high tier gameplay is one of the hardest carries in the game. Bards are very, very polarizing in that a weak Bard is just non-existent and a strong Bard is absolutely soul-crushingly omnipresent. The differences are massive. This class takes a lot of skill to play because it requires a lot of knowledge about other classes as well. And with your Awakening with Bard, you don't want to hold on to this. You want to push advantages with this Awakening. You give a massive 40% shield to your team, and coupled with your extra damage, you can exert more pressure very similarly to a Paladin. When you're getting engaged upon, you can use this skill, but you want to use it to force more advantage.
The one weak part about this is using it as a counter engage you're putting yourself in a position where people are in the advantage, so they're able to move, and you're worried because it does take a long time of wind up for this ultimate. Now, using it proactively, you're able to control the team fight in a more healthy way. Now, if your team engages on a target, you're next to them as well, you use ultimate, you guarantee slow on target. You give a massive shield to your team so that they feel more empowered to continue going forward and go for these engagements. Also, if you couple that with tier 3 immunity, you're almost guaranteeing that your team wins this engagement with tier 3 immunity, defense increase, a massive shield, and slows on the opponents. So keep in mind that this awakening can turn team fights, even if it's not as flashy with a massive knockup like Paladins is.
Thank you so much, friends, for checking out this video. We were watching the queen herself, Laffy, playing Bard. I appreciate you all. Make sure you follow Laffy on Twitch. Link down below. Like, comment, subscribe here. I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching Know Your Role. We'll see you in the next one.